It's time for Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore. A Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you.
Brought to you by Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Plan your next vehicle purchase or get your credit rolling in the right direction with Regina today. And now, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore.
Good morning. You are listening to Be in the Driver's Seat, and I am Regina Eileen Woodard, a.k.a. the Queen of Car Loans.
Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. T. Happy Saturday.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Trust the Process. Hey, listen, that introduction, you got it, man. Listen, they need you at Little Caesars Arena. I think you're going to do a better job with the Lions this year.
Okay, no, not going to be a Lion. So what I've been called to do, I got the call last night. I was in L.A. I got a text, and I got a phone call. They said, Regina, I want you to sing the national anthem at Clarissa Shields, the #1 boxer in the world. Fight. They want me, the Queen, to sing the anthem, the national anthem at Clarissa Shields. I'm saying it twice because you guys didn't hear me. Get off your couch, stand up, and give the Queen a round of applause because I am singing the national anthem at Clarissa Shields Fight at Little Caesars Arena, June 3rd.
Listen, because you was serious. You serious?
No.
So, shout out to Clarissa Fields.
Shout out to Clarissa for inviting me. And shout out to Alexander Riley. I call her Little Bird for inviting me to sing the national anthem.
We will be in the house.
Listen, I can see that. I can see that. I can see it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just kidding. But no, shout out to Clarissa Shields, the #1 boxer in the world.
Wait, though, we do own the rights to that music. Congratulations.
So she's oh yeah, that's right. She's fighting. The champ is fighting.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
We'll be in the building too.
Yeah.
We'll be glad to see.
That's what's
up. She's training right now, I believe it's in Florida, and she's doing some great things.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited to be in the house, Dr. T and I. And, you guys got time to get your tickets?
Yeah, tickets are available
Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster.com. Get your tickets today. Or as they said back in the day, be square.
If you're not there.
So congratulations on Mr. Trust the Process. He married his fiance last weekend. Yeah. So congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sonia Garrett.
Yes. Listen, that has a nice. Say that again, Dr. T. You made that sound so very like royalty there.
Congratulations, Sonia Garrett. I think you like just hearing your name.
Thank you. Nah, not necessarily. Just the fact that it's awesome. Just my wife is, man, she's amazing. And so I'm looking forward to the next 50 years. I asked God, give me to about 120.
Amen.
I'm 48. You know what I mean? So.
Ooh, he's asking for 120. Lord have mercy. You going to be able to walk at 120? Are you going to be able to brush your teeth at 120 yourself?
With all this technology.
Are you going to be able to wipe yourself at 120? Let's not go there.
Hey, listen, with all this technology that's out here.
Or is a robot going to be wiping you? Which one?
Rather, robot, AI. Maybe I just got to stand up. You know what I'm saying? They'll have some kind of machine come around me and desanitize me.
He said desanitize them. All right, so we got a great show planned today. We hope that you got your pen and paper out this show because we have in the building, you hear him on the commercials in between the show. We have Dave Wulke, the service manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet, in the building.
Yes, sir. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this one because I know you get to hear from the man himself what you need to do for maintenance of that vehicle, man.
I'm excited too. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. Thanks, everybody. Good to be here.
So let me just give you a little back history on Dave. So, I asked Dave to do this commercial for the radio show. He said, "Oh no, I want to write it." I said, "You ain't got to worry about writing. I'll get it written for you. I'm not gonna write it, but give me some words." I was like, "Dave, I got it." Dave was like, "No, I got it." I'm going to put my words together. I'm going to do the commercial. He just got so excited. I'm like, Dave, where's all the excitement coming from? He said, because I was born to do this. I said, you were born to do what? He said, I have the voice, I have the sound, and I got this. I was like, okay. Tell me again. Tell me again. But so Dave has been at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet for 32 years.
33.
33 years. He started as a technician apprentice. And we're going to talk about his journey. Then we're going to talk about maintenance. So welcome to the show again, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So let's dive right into it. So tell us what a technician apprentice is.
Well, there was a program, and there still is a program called the ASAP program, and it's through Macomb Community College. And you have to have a sponsoring dealership, and General Motors participates. And you go through this accelerated program, and you get an associate's degree in applied science via automotive technology. That program is going to teach you everything you need to know to service that vehicle from bumper to bumper. So I went through that program in the early 90s just because I felt, and I still feel strongly about the program, that's the top way to become the upper echelon of technicians. If you want to be an A1 technician, that starting point is a perfect way to become a technician in the automotive industry today. So I was in that program. I've worked with several sponsors and students since then. We've probably produced about, I'm going to say at least a dozen graduates through our store over the years. And it's just a great way to get your foot in the door and learn everything there is to learn about cars.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Dave, I hear you talking about this apprentice program, but kind of tell us, how did you even get in this field, period?
Well, I tinkered. I was a tinkerer. I would take things
apart.
Wait a
minute, a tinkerer? What's a tinkerer?
Well, when I was a kid, I would take things apart that didn't necessarily need to be taken apart. And through the help of my father, when he got home, together we would put it back together and get it working again. So lucky for me, I had a mechanical type of father, and he could walk me through that But I guess I had the inquisitive mind to see how things worked from the beginning, and then of course it got into bicycles, and then I was working on my friends' bikes in the neighborhood, and then it got into cars. You got that itch to get your driver's license, and I don't know about everybody else, but I wasn't getting a brand new car at 16. I had to get an old one going. So we all learned as much as we could in the backyard, so to speak.
Wow!
And it was just natural for me to go into that trade at that point.
So how old do you have to be to at least start into that tech program?
That program, I don't believe there is an age limit as long as you're a high school graduate, which typically obviously would be, late 17-year-old, early 18-year-old.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah.
Because a lot of so a kid who graduated out of high school who may went through a career tech like a Votech when he was or she was in high school, graduate, they're able to come to a program like the one that you're offering or the one that you stated to say, hey, listen, let's continue your education in that process.
Correct. That's a perfect next step.
Okay. Is there like a fee attached to that? Like, can anybody, like if a kid wants to pay for that knowledge, can they?
It's designed that you work a 6-week period at the dealership.
Okay.
You get a sponsoring dealership, and then you take 6 weeks off and you're in class for 6 weeks. And you have this back and forth. I was able, now this is 30 years ago, but I was able to earn enough money for my next session each time I worked.
Okay.
It takes some dedication. It takes some a little bit of perseverance, but you can do it. It's designed for you to earn that money while you work.
Wow, that's good.
Oh, that's
so.
powerful.
Dave, 33 years at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Talk to us about that. What is that like?
Well, I always like to speak to Mr. Lunghamer and even Mr. Lunghamer Sr. They're just a great bunch of people to work for. There's an open door policy. Joe Lunghamer will listen to anybody's idea. I had a couple back surgeries, in fact, after I was into it for about 25 years, and I was unable to physically work on the car, for the full week. It's just something that my surgeon recommended. You gotta move into something else. That being said, I was a little concerned. I mean, I spent my whole entire career. I have probably close to $100,000 in tools that I've accumulated over the years and in training, updated training. And I kind of wondered, well, what am I going to do at this point? And Mr. Lunghamer is just the type of guy that if you're loyal to him, he will find something for you to do. Wow. So for a few years in there, I just kind of did basically anything I was asked to do to help the dealership along, and worked my way into a service manager position.
Wow.
So you said you spent $100,000 on tools?
I don't have those receipts, and I'm glad I don't.
Yeah, where are those receipts?
Somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, today we're talking about toolboxes that are in excess of $20,000 just for the toolbox alone to lock and secure and care for your tools. A lot of people believe that the tools are provided either by the corporation or the dealerships themselves, and that's not true. That is a technician responsibility. I mean, we don't have to buy a suit and tie, but we spend an exorbitant amount on tools to keep updated. Everything changes. We'll be talking about that, but everything changes with the cars. It's still four wheels and it looks the same from the outside, but every year, you have to update your tools to make sure you can service that vehicle.
Wow, you talking about sewing into your craft. You purchased those tools to make sure that you had the things you needed to help fix whatever the problem with the car is. But I have a question for you. How do you stay on top of the new things that are happening? Since you have new cars coming out, you have EV cars coming out, different things like that. So how do you stay on top of the new things that are coming out?
Great question. So the General Motors website, available to all technicians, has a Center of Learning Training. And General Motors produces training videos. They produce, all kinds of learning material, and you're required to keep up to date with that. When you get to a certain point, they even have a tech center hands-on training that you'll go to and finally fully certify yourself in that. And then along with that, we always have to think about state certification. Nobody can work on cars in the state of Michigan legally without that state certification. And then there's an upper echelon testing, and maybe a little bit more important than the state as far as credibility, and that's called ASE. So the ASE testing, if you see that sign outside of a repair facility, you know that repair facility, they put a priority on training. And testing. So that's going to be your great place to visit. And, of course, everyone at our place is ASE certified.
Is that like being certified, like when you buy a used car, your vehicle is certified? Is that the type of training? I'm just trying to do some comparison in my mind for everybody that's listening.
I mean, it could be compared to that, but it's mainly testing that particular technician's abilities and where he's at with his training level and his knowledge, so that that gentleman is going to do the perfect repair each and every time to your vehicle.
As the technological components of vehicles change, and you talked about the training that you go through and what GM puts out, moving into electric vehicles, is that something that's going to become mandatory that you guys go through?
Absolutely.
To repair batteries and et cetera?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And right now we have 3 EV technicians trained to take on that. Now we have our most popular one right now is the Chevrolet Bolt and the Bolt EUV. The Silverado EV is on its way out. So we're way ahead of the game there with training and specialty tools provided that are essential from General Motors. We have to purchase those. We've put in a new lift that can lift that vehicle because, with the weight of that battery, we had to upgrade at least one of our lifts for that vehicle. We have to have at least one on site. So we are way ahead of the game. We are excited about, seeing that first Silverado EV hit our doorstep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dave, I had a question. So 33 years at Joe Lunghamer. So I know you've seen a lot of turnover. So I wanted to ask you, how do you prepare your new persons that get hired or any staff that come work under you? How do you prepare them for longevity?
Well, it kind of starts with almost a personal interview. A gentleman or a lady, for that matter, they have to, in my mind, they have to have an interest. You can kind of see if you interview a young person and they have a car that they've maybe did a little modification to, or they've maybe did a little performance enhancement to, you know right out of the gate that person has a passion for cars and for working on cars, and they have an interest in getting their hands in there, right? So that would be the first step. I mean, once you have that, I can get them with a senior technician, and we can get started on training and talk about the ASAP program and everything.
Okay. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a break.
Hi, I'm Dave Wulke, Service Manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Lunghamer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. And Dave, when we went on commercial, we were talking about preparing staff persons for longevity when they come under you. But you also talked about certified technicians. Let's get into that. I know that there's a shortage. So let's kind of talk about that.
Yeah, there's definitely a shortage out there. And I think that goes for all the trades, carpentry, plumbing, anything that you get your hands on, but definitely in the automotive repair industry, there is a shortage of young people that want to do that. I think we're going to see a turn, probably 10 to 15, maybe 20 years ago, everything was learn computer programming, get yourself an IT degree. And that's all very important, no doubt about it. But as time has went by, we've lost those people that have the wrench in their hand and the guy that's going to actually work on your car. So the industry is suffering, and there's a huge potential for earnings, and there's a job potential at just about everywhere you work. I'd be hard-pressed to find a service manager that couldn't say, yeah, I definitely could use another guy right now,
The potential for earning, though, what does that look like? A salary for a certified technician?
Once a technician has some certification and training under his belt, I would say after a 2-year period, whether they go through the program, the ASAP program, or if they kind of do it maybe an old-fashioned hands-on with another technician, by the time you're into it, 3 or 4 years, you're going to be able to break 6 figures.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Man. But, that's huge. We were just talking about on the break that we are going to actually have you do a commercial just talking about the need for technicians, a call to action, because people need to know. They don't know that they can be trained for skill.
Yeah.
Right? Did I say that right? Trained for, they could be trained, to actually learn the skill.
For sure.
I think with 6 figures, can you imagine being 25 years old and you're making 6 figures with working with your hands
but you'd be 22. If you go through a program, so whoever listening now, if you're getting ready to graduate high school, you can actually go into the program, the apprentice program, and then get right into get some certifications. You can be working 25 for real. You might
want to think about this because it's something that's working with your hands. Mm-hmm. With everything that's going around with this AI, robotics, and things, what are the things in the industry now that a robot can't do that you can fulfill and fulfill in that job? And this sounds exactly what is needed because these folks have to work with their hands. and have that skill set. So
So let's do a quick service announcement. If you are looking to be a technician, you can call 248-683-7100, 248-683-7100. You can ask for the service manager, Dave Wulke. He'll be glad to take your call if he doesn't answer because he's busy taking care of the overall service department at the dealership. He will get back with you. Just leave a message on his voicemail. So let's turn it around. Let's go into, because we have about 7 more minutes. We talked about having Dave back maybe once a month and just sharing just some different aspects of service. So today, as long as we can, because we got a little off focus in the beginning, but we share great information, but I want to talk about maintenance. What did you want to share about maintenance?
Probably the single most valuable place for your dollar, aside from your initial purchase, is maintenance. You want that car to last for you. You don't want any warranties to be voided should you have any problems. And I'm going to tell you that probably 85 to 90% of all major failures can be taken care of by preventative maintenance. Today everybody's talking about EVs, and that's going to be a limited amount of maintenance once we get into electric vehicles. But we still have the ICE, the internal combustion engine, and that thing's been around for 100+ years, right? Mm-hmm. But it has changed, it has evolved, and it's much more complex in order to produce the power that you need to get out on the highway and to be able to get yourself a decent fuel economy. That engine now is very technologically advanced compared to 50 years ago. That being said, there's probably double the moving parts internally. And the number one thing you can do for your car maintenance-wise is keep up on your oil changes. Absolutely number one thing. And then you can go into every other thing that takes a fluid, like your transmission, your cooling system, your power steering system, your brake system. Anything that has a fluid, your service advisor at the dealership can let you know what you're up for, what to look for down the road. Maybe you don't need it today, but maybe after a couple more oil changes, you might want to add a transmission fluid change to that service visit.
Well, Dave, I have a question. How was the service department impacted from COVID?
Well, we were to a point where we only could service first responders, doctors, nurses, that type of thing. It didn't last very long. We had a limited staff during that shutdown. I think we were only physically shut down for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and then we were up and running again with a limited staff, and we were taking care of those first responders' vehicles.
Oh, is there a 30-day after you get the car from the dealership? Is there a time where you want to see that vehicle again as a service manager? Say, hey, in 30 days we need you to do this. 60 days we need you to do this. 90 days. Is there a checkpoint list that some people who are not as car savvy can follow to keep up with that maintenance?
Yeah, I mean, I would urge everyone to come in and get that first oil change, whether it's a used vehicle or a new one. It's to you your first oil change, right? So come in and visit us before you hit that 3,000 mark. Now, some people are going to say 4,000, 5,000. Maybe that light in your dashboard, maybe that'll let you go for 7,500 miles. I'm just not a fan of that, to be perfectly honest with you. I like to be old school with my maintenance. I like to be somewhere in between 3,000 and 5,000 miles. And if you come in and you get an oil change with us, you're going to get a multi-point safety inspection. We're going to let you know how the brakes are doing as far as pad life wear. We're going to let you know how your tire tread is doing. We're going to look for any leaks, any visible damage under the vehicle, and then we're going to get with the service advisor that can come up with a plan to take care of all that for you.
You know what? We're into the days now where, because I do it, it's all about on the dash. The dash is going to tell me when I need to get my oil changed. The gas is going to tell me that the dash is going to tell me if my tire light, if I run over a nail, I got something in my tire. What are your thoughts on that? Because that has not been around for 30 years.
It's all great technology. But your operating machine, you're taking that thing down the road 70 to 75,000, 75 miles per hour, right? Sometimes the dash is going to do a very good job at telling you what's wrong with your car, what you need to do, but just keeping up with that maintenance and having a second look, some real eyeballs on your vehicle, it just never hurts.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad that you said that. And I'm Regina. I'm one that looks at the dash. I
Me too.
I need the dash to tell me how much oil I have.
I just drive.
I need the dash to tell me if my tire pressure is low. But also, you made some valid points that we also need to be visual and look at that. When maintenance is due. But I have a question for you. So, for a new person who's purchasing a vehicle, would you recommend that they, get a additional package, like an oil change package or additional maintenance?
That would be up to you and your salesperson.
Thank you. Put that right back on over here. I love that. I love that. Thank you for not getting in my lane on that one. Because understand, let me just say this. We want you guys to purchase an extended service contract or warranty because for one is you want to get your vehicle serviced, especially if you are out of warranty and you do not purchase a warranty doesn't come with your car. You buy a new car, you got your manufacturer warranty. Then you have up to 36,000 miles to get a warranty at a cheaper discount. But after you go over that 36,000, you're going to pay a little bit more for your warranty. But when I say on a used car, I always encourage people to get warranties on used cars, pre-owned vehicles, or get it certified because you always want to have that extra. And let me just say this and I'll close my mouth because I know we run out of time, is that I think when you come to the dealership, you should pick a service advisor that you should have a relationship with. Or if it ain't the service advisor, the service manager. Because if you have some issues, what do? You go to them because they're going to help you.
Wow.
Well, I appreciate all the information that's been shared, especially around maintenance because of the fact that again, I got my vehicle from Joe Lunghamer. You guys have been doing an excellent service on my big Suburban, and I love it, and it keeps me in tune. Matter of fact, I need to come in for a tire rotation. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks for having us. Thank you for being on the show. And you wanted to say something, Dr. T?
Yeah. How do we contact you, Dave? For those that are listening and you want to come to Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet to see Dave, how do we contact you?
You can reach my direct line right at the dealership at my desk, and that's going to be 248-292-2460. If I don't have an answer for you, I can find one.
Can you repeat that number one more time, please?
That's going to be 248-292-2460.
All right, Dave. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dave Wulke, Service Manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Lunghamer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
We're back, and you're still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. And joining us on our monthly segment. What's our segment called?
The Millennials on the Move.
On the move.
So we have Sierra Warren and Master Baker on the line, but Sierra's going to be in the studio with us next month live. I'm excited.
Come on.
Yeah.
And we get to have some desserts, delicious.
Wait a minute. Did she say she was bringing dessert?
Every person who come in here got to bring some. What you mean?
Dave Wulke didn't get that. He didn't get that memo.
He brought us. He brought us his vehicle. What we supposed to do?
He didn't bring nothing. Okay.
Ride in it.
We got our own vehicles to ride in.
We got it from Joe Lunghamer.
So right. So listen, we have a new person actually joining Cierra next month. You want to talk a little bit about her?
Yes, Alexis from I Am Beauty. So I'm excited that she will be joining the Millennials on the Move. Alexis does my lash extensions, and she's currently doing my makeup. So I'm excited, and she does the Queen's makeup too.
Yes, so I've been rocking with Lexus I Am Beauty for probably 3 years now, 3 hard years at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. So when you see I'm made up for a TV commercial or just a radio commercial and we're out and about, then I Am Beauty has beat my face. Beat the Queen's face. Did I say that right? Beat?
Yeah, beat. Yeah.
Beat my face?
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
She beat your face up.
She beat it up. She beat it up, yeah. So let's talk about today's segment. You know, if you want to get your cake done, you're getting married. If you are looking to have a bridal shower, or you just want to get cookies, you have the master baker, Cierra Warren. She's out of Saginaw, Michigan, but she will come to you at a cost or have your cake delivered. Let me stop doing a commercial that I don't know what I'm doing. Go ahead, Dr. T, I'm done.
So, Cierra, Miss Master Baker. So, today, what are we talking about?
Today, we are talking about boundaries in business.
Yeah, let's get into it. So when you talk about boundaries in business, tell us what that looked like.
Oh.
Ooh, your mom over here with her eyeballs raised like that. Ooh, you might get in trouble on this segment.
I'm not coming for her yet.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. She said she's not coming for you yet.
Don't play with it.
Ooh, she's not coming for you yet. Now that's big. Let's say big balls. Ooh. That's big feet right there. That's big feet. She's not coming for her mama yet.
Let's go. Let's go.
So let's talk a little bit about boundaries in business.
Yes. So recently, I had to create some boundaries in my business because I felt like I was getting burnt out. So when you're in business, you absolutely need boundaries and rules to protect you and your customers. So if you ask me, Sierra, what does that look like? So now I have set limits for myself. Once I reach the amount of cakes that I have, I'm not doing anymore. So if I can only do 10 cakes a week, I'm not doing any extras, no matter if it's my mom calling me, if it's the Queen calling me, if it's Gil calling me.
I don't know if I'm comfortable. Whoa!
We need a break. Wait. Let's time out.
You know what? I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. She just called us out. So you're only gonna do 10 cakes a week.
10 specialty cakes.
Specialty cakes.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm good with that.
So here's the thing. So what I've been doing for years is I have a limit and then I exceed the limit and then I'm stressed out and I want to pull my hair out and quit.
So listen, we're going to come right back after we take this break because we need to know what pulling your hair and stressed out looks like for a baker. We'll be right back after we take this break.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat, and we have Cierra Warren, the master baker. Now, Cierra, when we went on break, you said you set some boundaries up for your business, Delicious Sweets, and that you are only going to take 10 custom cakes a week. Let's kind of talk about how you arrived at that decision.
So the reason why I decided to only take 10 custom cake orders is because when I was taking 15 and 20 and 25, I would be so stressed out. And when I say custom cakes, I mean cakes with handmade toppers and fondant and specialty frostings and tiers. So it's really time consuming. And part of the problem of me taking more orders every week would be because my favorite customer called and said, "Hey, Sierra, can you squeeze me in?" Or I have somebody come and they give me a sad story and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I forgot to come and place my order." So then I have 25 cakes to do, but then I'm stressed out and then I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get this done while having 2 locations and a cookie shop. And people get their cakes, they're happy, they're satisfied, but I'm losing my mind trying to make it all happen.
Wow. So Sierra, help us understand this. So you're doing these 10 custom cakes, but you have 3 locations. So does that mean you're still making sure that you're baking the cookies, you're baking cupcakes, you're doing all the additional things outside of those 10 cakes?
Yes. So me only taking 10 custom cake orders a week allows me to continue to make fresh dessert cakes every day, cookies at Craven Cookies, and it allows everything to run smoothly without me being stressed out. Regardless of whoever has an emergency, I have to learn to now say no.
You see go get it out, G. Go get it out, G.
So wait a minute. Before we went to commercial, I didn't like what you said. You said, well, I'm doing 10 customs cakes. I don't care if the queen call. I don't care if my mama call. I don't care if Gil call. I mean, do you need an assistant to an assistant? I mean, how, it's not our fault. Yeah, I'm getting angry. Okay, did you hear my voice?
I'm getting
angry.
CC, you hear that tone?
Okay, so my tone is different is because you got yourself in this position because of your flavor and what you do, your growth, right? So what do you need to do to add on? I'm talking to Joe now and what I need to add on, right? No, he's telling you, no, well, I'm not spending no more money. I'm not doing this. This is what we're going to do to get to this, right? So what do you need to do? Because that don't sound good when you're going to turn me away. Or I'm speaking for all you guys out there in Saginaw, in Michigan. How do you feel? I'm taking this personally because when I want a person to do what I want to do and bake what I want to bake, I don't accept no. So how do you get around that?
So how you get around that is making sure you place your order in advance so that you can guarantee that you get exactly what you want.
You your mama's child.
You gotta be one of them.
She her mama's child.
She gotta be one of them 10, huh?
Yes.
Sierra.
When I say that,
go ahead.
When I say that, I mean you have to book 3 to 4 to 5 weeks out to guarantee that you get exactly what you want.
I hear what you're saying, and it may sound harsh, but birthdays happen every year. Anniversaries happen every year. Baby showers, bridal showers, ahead of time that these events are happening. So you can easily go to your website. Is that correct? To book specialty cakes or stop in any location. So I understand the boundary, but one of the things you had said with family and friends, can you talk to us a little bit about how family and friends feel like they should get a discount or even get services just because the position that they hold in your life?
Yes, and that's a big one. Honestly, I think I'm a little bit to blame for that because in the beginning, I would always discount for family and friends. And because I started that way, it made them feel entitled. Like, oh, I'm going to go to Sierra because I'm going to get a discount. But at this point in my business, now it's making me feel like you don't respect it or undervalue because the same people will go to the next person and pay their price without a question. So for all those people out there that's wondering, should I give my family and friends a discount? Absolutely not. If it's business, you have to treat it like business because your family and friends are going to want you to provide that same excellent service, even if they're getting it at half price.
That is excellent. Because, and I'm glad we're talking about this. I mean, I had to do the same thing around the photography business as well. It's like family and friends, like you stated, and it's our fault, right? Because you want to do right by them. You want to, let them know, hey, we appreciate you, coming for us for a service. But the expectation, and we are going to give you that same quality work that we would give anybody else who was paying full price. But it created that atmosphere of, hey, well, you should be doing it, or you know what I'm saying? And it does create that extra stress on you because them the ones that's calling you at the last minute saying that they need to do X, Y, and Z and they forgot to do this and forgot to do that. How do you handle that conversation, or what's the polite way when you're on the phone with them and handle that conversation to navigate them to the respect factor of the conversation?
Well,
as a millennial, as not an old person, but as a millennial, because y'all talk a lot through text messaging, but when you on the phone with people, that's a different story. And some young people, young millennials, they need to know this your show. Do you need to give them some tips on how they should have a conversation in a business fashion around family and friends?
Yes, and you know what? I'm glad you asked that question because millennials, sometimes we need a reminder that we still have to remain professional. So I know we're really big into texting and handling business that way, and it can be good because then you have it in writing, but I do like to call people on the phone. And then in my experience, when I get family or friends on the phone and I may tell them, okay, it's going to be $250, and they say, $250?
$250 for what?
Exactly. $250 for what? I don't get no discount. And then this is what I do, and it really helps them. And I say, well, when I go to Sam's Club to buy my butter and my sugar, they don't give me a discount. When I go...
But did you ask for one? Did you ask for one? Because you know not to when you go to the store, right? I'm being funny.
If you ask them for a discount, they're going to tell you to get out their store. So I like to break down the process so they can understand it. I have to purchase products. I have to pay my staff. I have to pay my bills. And I want to stay in business. So once I explain that to them, then they can see it. And sometimes it makes them feel bad.
Wow. Well, you know what? I have to share something. So a few weeks ago, I was given a bridal shower, and I wanted the bridal shower to be beautiful. So I had reached out to Cierra because the bride-to-be really likes these specialty cookies, and she wanted some cupcakes and stuff. And so if I'm catering an event, 9 times out of 10, if I'm having dessert, it's either the dessert that Delicious Sweets make or I make myself. And so I wanted this dessert, and I reached out to her, and I put her in a position because I'm her mama, right? And so she had to bring the desserts to me, and, I really thought about that. So after me, her saying that I have to come Saturday morning at 6:00 in the morning, I really thought about that. So I sent her a nice text, and I called her, and I told her I apologize because as a business owner, I would not want anyone to take advantage of me, to try to take money out of my pocket and try to use their influence because of their relationship with me. So as her mother, I called and apologized and told her, you know what? If you're not in the area when I need something, then I will no longer put you in a position that will cause a hardship to you.
In other words, for her to go out her way for you,
not
right?
just to go out of your way, because it's more than going out of your way, Regina, because she can send it, somebody can send it, but that's putting more stress on her, even having a business, and discounting it, because I am her mother. I don't ask for discounts. I pay for my things, but she will discount me and her dad. Now, her daddy get free stuff all the time. Let me put that shameless plug in.
Daddy's girl.
But let me say this.
Are you hating?
I am. But as her mother, I respect her business, and I really respect Delicious Sweets from day one all the way to the day I've been riding. And so, Cierra, I'm thankful for you placing boundaries in place. Boundaries create wealth.
Yes. And you know what? I really appreciated that coming from my mom because...
But does she mean that?
Yeah,
you know what?
Did you see the look on her face?
I'm holding her to it.
I don't care about her look. Does she mean that? Does she mean it?
I'm holding her to it. I know she meant it. I know she meant it, and I'm also holding her to it, and it felt good to hear that. And like she said, she does pay. I'm not going to say she hasn't challenged me on a price before.
Wait a minute, you challenged your baby on a price?
She said $100.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate the fact that a mother-daughter, we don't see this enough and we don't hear this enough, right? And I'm big on family, and I really appreciate y'all relationship and being transparent and helping. And as your mom is helping you navigate, and then you're navigating this this arena yourself around setting boundaries, right? For your mom to say it, so that don't get nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If mama then came on here and laid it down and what it's supposed to be, nobody else. You know, so it's easier for you. What she just did made it easier for you to tell anybody. As a matter of fact, you can put this on your answering machine, how your mama just, made it so easy for you, and just be like, if my mama respect it, you should respect it, right? So we have a little thing about, when people feel bad, because it's called survivor's remorse.
Yes.
And, and that's what you have. But you're very successful because your mom and dad had still some things in you, and you saw some things. And I appreciate you setting them boundaries so you can have longevity. I like the competition myself, you know what I'm saying? If I get to be number 11, I'm gonna have to find somebody on that list that can push their date back so I can get my cake up. You know what I'm saying?
So the bottom line is that you really have to honestly prepare yourself.
Yeah.
You need to prepare 3 or 4 weeks. Or honestly, a lot of people that's putting things in place, they know 3 or 4 months ahead of time. It's just stop messing around. Choose your caterer, choose your person, whoever's gonna do your cake. What do you call it? Choose your, it's not served, what do you call it when you order a cake? Choose your baker, right?
Baker.
Choose your baker, right? And do it accordingly. Stop waiting till the last minute. And I think the problem is that we all wait till the last minute, including myself if I want something.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind for 2 months, or for at least 30 days, and now I want to act on it. Then I want somebody to jump through hoops. Yes, I do.
They really
I do
see
that.
it.
I just talked about myself, but yeah, I do that.
But you know what, Regina? You know what I learned too? We do want people to jump through hoops. What I learned is like the big chain places that push out things in bulk. We expect the private people to do the same thing. We expect you, because Sam's Club can push something out in 2 days. We expect the baker to push it out because a big facility place can house us 200 people. We expect the caterer to jump in 2 weeks into it. And people don't realize that it takes a lot to plan and get things in place. So, Cierra, with that being said, how have you been challenged with people who come to you and want you to act like the big mass production places?
Well, I get that often, probably more than you would imagine. And people say all the time, like, oh, well, I can go to Walmart. Actually, this just happened on Saturday. Someone came in that wanted a cake the same day, and then we told them, it was my employee, they said, well, we don't do cakes the same day. And she said, well, you made these cakes out here today, didn't you? and she explained it to her and said, yes. But then I stepped in and let her know, everything here is made by hand. So although you can go to Walmart and Sam's Club and they can get you something in 24 hours or the same day, we can't, because everything is made fresh. It's made by me, and it takes time. It doesn't come frozen. I make all the frostings, and that's just our process. And even though they're upset, when they leave, hopefully they understand it. And then they know that they have to call and prepare.
Yeah, I think they'll understand it, because they do come to you because you do them one-offs, right? So I appreciate that, and you explaining that,
So, Cierra, tell the listeners, how can they get in contact with you?
You can find me on Facebook at Delicious Sweets Bake Shop or Craving Cookies. Our website is www.dsibakeshop.com. Again, that's Delicious Sweets Bake Shop on Facebook and Instagram.
Wow. So you guys heard it here. Even if you're looking for Craving Cookies, get on that website and order.
Order right now. So we're looking forward to having you in the studio next month.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to seeing your smiling face. We're looking forward to the new segment that you're doing with Alexis Lawrence, I Am Beauty. Thanks for joining us this week, Master Maker Cierra Warren.
Thank you for having me. Happy Saturday to everyone.
Happy Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dave Wulke, Service Manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Lunghamer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Regina the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
We are back, and we're on to our part where we usually do this in the beginning, the word of the week. But we decided to put the word on the week at the end. So word of the week is, what's the word of the week, Dr. T?
The word of the week is...
Oh, you're taking too long.
What's the word? Yeah.
Destination.
You should see them, y'all. This is why we passed it along.
So, destination.
Yes.
So what does destination mean to you?
Oh, my goodness. Destination means...
And why do you have two phones up?
I don't... Well, this one is... I was trying to see the footage. I seen the footage between the 13 and the 12 because I want to upgrade. So I wanted to know the difference between the coloration. Sorry.
Okay, why don't you ask Dr. T? She got a 6 over there, so...
That's it.
6.
Public service announcement.
I wasn't saying nothing about that.
The sister and brother team is not working very well.
Listen, it is a 6. 6 SE.
5.
You know what I'm saying? But destination. I'm going to get back and focus. Destination to me, it is so important to helping me with my hope and faith. Like when I'm secure in the destination where I know the direction that I'm going in and I know the plan on how to get there and we're executing and we're moving, it's easier for me to have when there's times of trouble, because that's going to come. When the haters come in, when people are speaking against it, with the whole thing, it's easier for me to be locked in because I know what the destination is. Like I'm not the type of person that has an outer stress. Like you won't know if I'm stressing or not. You won't know if I'm losing my cool but if I know if I have a destination, if I have, y'all got y'all list, why you got your list poked out? You ain't gonna, I kicked the backpack was attacking me.
No, that's not it.
Well, let's just say everybody else, like the audience won't know. Family and friends, sisters, y'all definitely
I like the way you changed
right?
that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, so I'll say that included. I mean, I thought they would know that they will see me upset. But the average person, you won't know. But if I'm locked into my destination, I'm clear on where I need to go.
So if you're locked into your goal.
The destination, right?
Goal,
not even so much the goal,
whatever you're doing.
Because I can have a goal, but that destination, that moving, that driving to that goal, that
land that
road.
plane.
But you know what,
land
brother?
that plane.
So I hear you, and you said if you have the destination, but you know the Bible says, "For I know the plans." The Lord said He know the plans that He has for us, and sometimes we think we know the plans, and sometimes we don't even know the plans. But can we trust the process? Can we trust God's process until we get to moving? Because even like the word says, they were healed as they went. Sometimes we gotta go, and then things will be revealed to us as we go.
And that's what I mean by being locked in. That's what I mean being locked in as I'm moving.
Actually in drive.
Like we in drive and we moving. Yeah, so that means I'm locked in. Like so that means with all this other stuff that comes to you.
But bro, you the police. That
I don't care about being police.
That could be locked and loaded.
Even then, I done had a couple cases. I done had a couple things I had to go through where I had to hit that door locked and loaded. Oh, okay, you know what I mean? So, but even then, even though I'm going, it's trusting the process, like you said. But it is just knowing. You said destination. Yeah. That means I know that where I'm at right now, God is giving me an opportunity and showing me that I'm not going to be right here.
Well, could that be just like trust and keep moving and just allow the Lord to lead our steps, lead our path? Because the Bible says that trust in the Lord. Like we put our trust in ourselves. I can't always depend on myself for thinking the right thing and doing the right thing. But if I trust God, I trust that He gonna order my steps and direct my path.
And you should, as a believer. I'm sorry, this conversation ain't for the new beginners. I'm sorry, this conversation ain't for you new beginners. The ones that just got saved and you just walked down the aisle. This ain't for you. This conversation is for the folks who have already established a relationship, walking with the Lord, and understand that God knows exactly, and you know know when you in that space where you getting a little restless, the timing ain't right, you thinking that he's supposed to answer the prayer by now, and then he locks in and shows you the destination, a little bit of the end point, and you start moving to that thing. You know how good that feel when from the time you get called, I put it in your space because you speak a lot. You go across the country speaking. I'll put it in your field where you go to a point where God shows you, okay, look, I want you to speak here. He don't give you the message at the time he's supposed to give you the message, or you think that the message is going to come or the word, then you delivering that word at the point of now those weeks then passed, those months, the flyer's been out, and now you there.
So in other words, God gives her the word.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
She says yes, God gives her the word to be able to speak that word.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. God gives her the word to be able to speak that word.
Yeah.
And she asks God for it before she accepts and she says yes.
Yeah.
That's what she does. And then God gives her what she needs in order to prepare for what that plan is. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Dr. T?
I like that because if anybody knows me, Dr. T ain't even taking an assignment or doing anything without getting it okay. And so it kind of segues even, this is also segueing into a vehicle, right? Because when I get in my car, I got a destination in mind. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I might have to take some detours. So that's what I meant when I was asking, saying those things to you, Gil, because God knows the plan. I got a plan to go down Woodward. Mm-hmm. But if it's closed off, I might have to turn around and go down Telegraph.
Or somebody behind you driving too fast and they almost hit you. Trying to get to your destination.
Like today, like this morning.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. So, it's like getting to that destination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I look at destination, when I look at far as cars, I look at when you come in and you buy a car, you might not get the car that you want, and you need a car to get to your destination, which your destination is to work, to pick up your kid, or to make your money, or, be an entrepreneur for whatever you need that car for. Take your parents, take your mom, take yourself, take someone to the doctor. You're trying to get to your destination. But you might not get exactly what you want, that particular car, to get at your destination. So that's why you got to start with this one destination here. And God to put you in the plan where you're going to have to get to that other destination you want to get to. See, a lot of times people want to hurry up and get to the finish line, and they ain't got to the first destination.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh, go ahead, Dr. T.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking because, the Bible is the only roadmap that we have to tell us what our final destination is. Like everything else, we have an inkling, but we have a for sure destination when your foundation is built on Christ. You know where you're going. Mm-hmm. So like daily, we have an idea, whether when we purchasing vehicles, whether we going to work dealing with children, whether we're at the police department, we have an idea of what our day is to go like. But the only for sure foundation we really have is Christ. He's the only one who has told us what our final destination is.
Man. Yeah. I know I'm going to heaven.
Yeah. You know you're going where?
I know I'm going to heaven.
And why do you think you're going to heaven?
Why do I think it?
Yeah.
We've been told we're seated in heavenly places already.
It is.
We seated.
It is a space where I've made that commitment to God, and I search for that every day. Mm-hmm. Even though through my salvation, accepting Jesus Christ into my life, is that was the guarantee. But my works here, and that's why I think it's important that your destination, that you seeking God every single day and meditating on what the things that He's shown you and the things that He's done for you to kind of help you build up your faith to get through a lot of the things that it's going to be along that journey, right? Because again, that ultimate thing is we don't know the time. Only the Father knows the time when He's coming. Mm-hmm. I just want to be working at His timing and working on building His kingdom as He's coming.
Yeah, I love that answer because I already didn't claim my spot in heaven.
Yeah. Right.
All the good deeds, all the things I've done. We all make mistakes and all things happen, right? But did you ask for forgiveness?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And, I was having a conversation. I was at dinner yesterday when I was in California last weekend, and we're talking about forgiveness and saying God is a jealous God. Mm-hmm. So it was just like, it was the tense of talking about Jesus and God. Mm. But I know that's a whole other different conversation, and we got 1 minute till the show ends.
Listen, this is really good. This is good. hey, I enjoyed it.
Man, I appreciate it. We had CC on. Help me with my boundaries.
We had Dave Wulke, the service manager at Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet, on that we're going to have on once. We're going to squeeze him in somehow, some way, once a month.
Yeah, Dave gave some tips we could use. And also those who are looking to be a certified technician, holla at Dave.
I'm going to give his main number, 248-683-7100. Just ask for Dave Wulke because he gave his direct line, but I don't know his direct line. Any last couple words, Gil?
Oh, man, on this Saturday morning, I appreciate you. Welcome home. Queen of Car Loans. She came straight into the studio after that red eye.
She did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that destination.
Congratulations. That's it.
Congratulations to my pastor on 16 years for church anniversary, Pastor Marlon J. Reed.
Congratulations, Pastor.
Wine Glory Church. And congratulations, Mr. Trust the Process.
Congratulations. He married now.
Sonya, love you.
Yeah.
See you later.
And also, congratulations, bids. Next week will be 1 year that Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. T teamed up. Now we got the Mr. Trust the Process.
Happy anniversary to us. Have a good week. Same time, same place. Next Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Have a good week.
You've been listening to Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore.
Brought to you by Joe Lunghamer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Be in the Driver's Seat, a Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you. From Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore, thank you for listening.